slamming it into this truck at the end of the block, pushing this truck into the intersection. What they would do is scan the bottle to make sure it's correct and then pour it. The sale of every Christmas tree, from the tall to the small. The victim in the case remembers being on this rock bridge. Even when the thunderstorms arrive, doesn't deter the customers. It is rodeo night. We're going into the very cold refrigerator where all the red blood cells are stored. Steve Dane's campaign signs are just about as big as the race he's in. Chutes and ladders, these are always good. And this late hour, we're still waiting for those results to come in. People in one Portland neighborhood are facing quite an unusual problem. A group of peacocks has decided to move in.
A comprehensive police investigation is currently underway.
Color 8's Laura Kennedy is here with more. Laura, what is new today?
Today we learned that Daniel Brawley had a single gunshot wound to the torso. That's according to Police Chief Rich St. John, although we will not know his official cause of death until after toxicology reports are released. But this burglary turned standoff turned shooting certainly rocked the quiet block of Miles Avenue. Miles Avenue woke up to gunfire Sunday morning.
Gunshots woke me up, so I had no idea what was going on. First thing I did was lock all the doors in the house.
While the homeowner was gone, two suspects, Daniel and Heather Brawley, allegedly broke into 807 Miles Avenue through a back window. A family friend noticed the intruders and called police. The suspects blocked themselves into the house with access to guns, so the SWAT team was called in.
We were watching the whole thing out the window. It probably started about 9:30.
After several hours, the suspects surrendered, were handcuffed and put into police cars, and then chaos ensued.
My wife screaming, "Hey, he's climbing over the seat, he's stealing the car, he's stealing the car."
Police say Daniel managed to slip one hand out of his flex cuff and crawl through the partition, taking control of the police car. He backed the car into this tree, hitting Officer Dave Punt in the process. Officer Punt then fired 9 shots at the car, striking the suspect.
Must have hit it every time because it didn't look like he missed, and the window glass was shattering all over the place.
Wounded, the suspect ping-ponged down Miles, hitting 2 trucks in the process. The suspect drove the stolen patrol car down the street, slamming it into this truck at the end of the block, pushing this truck into the intersection of 9th and Miles, where the car came to rest and officers found him deceased. Neighbors say they're pleased with how the police handled this dangerous situation.
Yeah, the officer that did the shooting, I mean, it was justifiable. I'm glad he did it because the guy would have been in a squad car going down the street 100 miles an hour, and who knows what would happen then.
I spoke with the homeowner this afternoon, and although he did not want to comment on the ongoing investigation, he did say he's pleased with how Billings police have handled both the burglary and the shooting situation on his block. Now, internal investigations are now beginning in the Billings Police Department regarding the burglary, the shooting, and the stolen vehicle. Reporting in the newsroom, Laura Kennedy, Color 8 News. Diane Alkire has a permanent house guest.
I would like to welcome you to the Heartbreak Hotel. This is the home of Elvis.
Diane is an Elvis superfan.
This book right here was given to me by a friend where I work, and it's autographed.
From trading cards and plates to singing figurines, Elvis's spirit lives in Diane's Laurel home.
I started off with just a couple items and it grew.
She's been collecting Elvis memorabilia for decades. This room alone has more than 1,000 items.
I don't know where I can put any more stuff. I told my husband that we need to buy Moss Mansion so I can really put one whole floor of whatever I want to do with.
She's always playing his music and watching Elvis movies. And you better believe she's visited Graceland.
We spent one whole day, just took our time, walked through the house, just sat and just dreamed.
Diane is celebrating what would have been Elvis's 78th birthday. So she's spending time in her Elvis room, listening to a favorite song and remembering her idol.
He's in my heart, he's in this room, and he never ever will leave.
For every friend and family member who helps Diane add to her memorabilia collection, she has one thing to say. Thank you. Thank you very much. Laura Kennedy, Color 8 News.